All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. For those of you who've been in the Zoom watching us try to put this live on Facebook, thank you so much for your patience and thank you so much for being here tonight. Those of you on Facebook, I can't see you on Facebook. I'm looking at my Zoom, so hopefully all is well in the hood and you can hear us. My name is Barbara Alfonzo, and this is a Healthy, Sexy, Green Living show where I share with you all my tips about healthy living, sexy thinking, and green living. So today I have a special friend here. Her name is Holly Cohen, and the topic for tonight is going to be, it's called Happy Tummy Digestive Health Support with Essential Oils. And I invited my friend Holly because she has like the best story for when it comes to digestive health and how she got into the use of essential oils because of it. So Holly, thank you so much for being here tonight and sharing. She's also a doTERRA wellness advocate. So she also teaches, she has her own classes that she does on Thursday nights, and digestive health is like her number one class. Yeah, Holly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's your thing. So who better to guide us into that journey? So for those of you who don't know, we host these classes every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And again, it's a different topic every night. And, I give you lifestyle, food advice, some yoga and meditation advice, as well as essential oils. So last week we had a super fun one with cacao. And so today is going to be all about digestive health. So I just want to kind of guide you guys into a little experience just to as a reminder, okay? A reminder of how magical your body is, how magical your bodies are, okay? Just in your physical body, we have different systems, and the digestive system is only one of them. We have our circulatory system, we've got our endocrine system, we've got our muscular system, we've got our skeletal system, the skin, the nervous system, reproductive respiratory system, endocrine system, so many systems working together. They're kind of their own systems, but at the same time, they're all in sync with each other. And today we're going to dive deep into the digestive system, okay? Now, earlier I said your bodies, not just your body, okay? I'm also a yoga teacher, so when I speak to you, I talk to you as a health coach, holistic health coach, talk to you as a yoga teacher, and I also talk to you as an essential oil educator. So I'll kind of go from one point to another. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking about your 5 bodies. This is your physical body. I just reminded you of how amazing and magical it is with all these different systems working for you. And we also have an energetic body, okay? And in yoga, we know this as the chakra system, also the marmas or the meridian points in Chinese medicine, acupuncture. We also have an auric field. And today I'm going to touch a little bit on the energetic body and talk about one of your chakras connected to the digestive system. And then we have an emotional system. We have emotions. We're making decisions all day long according to how we feel. We have all these emotions. We feel good, we feel sad, we feel this and that. So we have an emotional body that's affecting the energetic body. It's affecting our vibe, right? And we also have a mental body. We have a mind. We have thoughts. We're thinking all day long. We even dream, right? We have all this different, the mind is sometimes present, and a lot of times is in the past, it's in the future. We have a conscious mind, subconscious mind. So there's this whole mental body. And then we have spirit body, spiritual body. And I'm going to go too deep into that. I want to keep it to like, we've got the mental, emotional, energetic, we know this, and the physical body. And then there's also the spiritual body. So let's go a little bit deeper, specifically into your digestive system. And you guys on Facebook, I'm not really looking at the Facebook thing. So if you're asking questions, my bad. I'll try and kind of go into it in a little bit. But those of you on Zoom, if you have any questions or if you you can't hear me or anything like that, please type in the chat. Holly, do you mind typing in the chat so they can see and that pops up for them? It's a little different if you're on your phone or your computer, but just know that you can ask questions there and Holly can help me with that. But I'm just gonna go on a roll right now. And just, again, now you've got all the systems, this whole body. Now we're gonna just kind of laser focus the attention on your digestive system. Okay, here's the thing. There are about 70 million people just in the US that suffer from digestive discomforts. Are you one of them? Do you get gas? Do you get bloated after you eat food? Do you have acid reflux? Do you have anything going on that affects your digestion? And if you do, feel free to type in the chat so that we keep that in mind and give you some tips later on, okay? Moving on, our digestive system, the mouth. And the mouth is where digestion starts, where your chewing begin. So somebody's coming in, let me admit. Okay. That's the new thing with Zoom now. You have to I can't just allow people to come in. I need to allow them to come in. It's kind of annoying. Anyhow, coming back. Digestion begins in the mouth, begins with chewing. So a lifestyle, exercise, and habit that you can begin right here, right now, like if you're going to get anything out of this class, is that chew your food, drink your food. Drink your food because we have enzymes in the mouth that help to digest our food here. And that way we don't have to do so much work as is down here in the stomach. So chew your food, drink your food. And now the number 2 thing that I want you to take from the class is digest Zen. And Holly's going to go a little bit deeper into that a little later on. Then we have the esophagus. Okay, this is the organ that pushes your food down, okay, to the next part of the digestive system, which is your stomach. Okay, and once it drops down to the esophagus, the muscles at the top of the stomach relax, and then they allow the food to enter. You guys, as a yoga teacher, this is why it's so important for you to learn to breathe. Barbara, I don't need to learn to breathe. I do it all the time. I know it's automatic, and sometimes we forget to breathe. It's so shallow. It's superficial. Let's go deep. Take deep breaths. That's why every yoga teacher, it's like a record playing over and over, like take a deep breath and breathe in and breathe out, just so that we cultivate that habit of taking long, slow, deep breaths so we can work these muscles that help digestion. Okay, so that's lifestyle tip number 2, breathe long, slow, deep breath. You guys, I have a really bad joke, and I know I'm going off a little bit, but when in doubt, take LSD. I know, horrible joke. Long, slow, deep breath. Long, slow, deep breath. LSD, not the other kind. That's not going to be good for your stomach. All right. Now, and then that food combined with the acids in your stomach, that internal fire. In yoga, we call this the internal agni, the fire, okay? And this is where it connects to that third chakra. I'll get into that in a little bit. So then that helps to start digesting the food. Then we have the small intestine, okay? Once the food is in the stomach, we're doing all the things there to digest that food. Then it goes to the small intestine, and they mix the food with their own digestive juices in the small intestine, along with those from the pancreas and the liver. All right, so now your pancreas, which has to do with insulin, has to do with sugar balance, it's also involved in your digestive and all that thing happening right there. And your liver as well, which is your detoxification organ, okay? So now we have more players in your digestive system, and what's going down there is not just like eating your food and then pooping your food, right? Now, the small intestine pushes the food towards the large intestine, and the juices there help to further break down the food into carbohydrates, into fats, and proteins. So the walls of the small intestine then absorb nutrients from the digested food and deliver them into the bloodstream. Let me admit someone else. From there, the blood carries the nutrients to cells throughout your body. Then we go into the large intestine. And then not only food is broken down here, but also waste or undigested food and dead cells are pushed down to the large intestine. The large intestine absorbs the water and remaining nutrients for the waste before transforming it into solid stool, your poop. Stool is stored at the end of the large intestine, called your butt, the rectum, until it's expelled from the body during bowel movement. Okay, so constipation, diarrhea, all these are digestive issues. Okay, it's not just like acid reflux and bloating. There's so much going on. Now we have the pancreas, which I told you has to do with the way that your body is breaking down sugars, okay, and your carbohydrates and proteins and fats as well. And these chemicals help to regulate the blood and your sugar levels in the pancreas. Now, the liver is a very large organ located above the stomach in the upper abdomen. Among In it are many important functions. They create bile, a digestive system that is stored in your gallbladder. So now your gallbladder is also in the mix. Now, during digestion, bile is sent into the small intestine to help break down foods that contain fat. Besides aiding in the digestive process, the liver also stores nutrients and helps remove toxins from the body. Okay? Now, the gallbladder is a small pouch that stores the bile made in the liver. During digestion, the gallbladder releases bile into the top part of the small intestine to break down foods. Now, you have a picture of the whole kind of computer that's going on just in your digestive system. Okay. And I want you to be really mindful of the foods that are going in the mouth, because remember, this is where digestion begins. What foods are best and what foods are the worst? Okay. Let's start with good news. What are the best foods? So we got ginger, we got fennel. I'm sure you've heard, if you have an upset stomach, drink your fennel or ginger or peppermint tea, right? Fermented foods, because you also want to feed the good bacteria in your gut. Okay, and I'm not really going to go into the microbiome so much here. We'll do a separate class for that. But just so that you know, feeding good bacteria in fermented food like sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, and um, pickled veggies, different veggies, tempeh, miso, water kefir, and dairy-free yogurt. Now, some people do okay with dairy, some people don't. I don't want to hate on dairy because, to be honest, I'm a recovering dairy holic. So I don't want to hate on it, yet not everybody does well with dairy. Okay. And if you're going to do dairy, do the very best you can and notice, one of the things that I tell my clients when I work with them with health coaching is to start with a food diary. Okay. Eat your food and write down how you feel right after you eat it. How do you feel 2 hours later? And then you become your own doctor, right? You start to figure out how how food is affecting you. But if you don't want it, if you want to learn about it, you got to write it down, right? So um, fennel, ginger, turmeric is anti-inflammatory. So turmeric shots, adding turmeric to curries and things like that. Broth, whether it's veggie mineral broth or if you're into bone broth, chicken or beef, it's really good to coating the stomach. So it actually helps relief if you have acid reflux and things like this. It can help. Always get grass-fed, organic, the best that you can get now. And then, of course, peppermint. If you're going to do grains, you want to do whole grains. You want to be eating your fruits and vegetables. You want to be eating the fiber as well. Now, for some people, they actually need a break from fiber. Okay, so then that's where you get into juicing and things like that can help your digestive system have a little break from maybe too much fiber. Okay, so there's a balance. That's why you wanna work with someone that knows this stuff, so that to tailor that experience for you. Those are things for you to start to think about. Okay, especially if you suffer from digestive discomforts. Worst foods. Okay, are you ready? All our favorite foods: fried food. Artificial sweeteners, the sweets. We've got spicy foods, processed foods, coffee, acidic foods, processed meats, dairy, ice cream, all the things, all the breads, right? So these are the things that are everywhere you go, and your fast food and all the things that that we are kind of sometimes addicted to are the things that are harming us. Okay, so notice how you feel when you're eating these foods. Okay, so you've got do more of the good. I always tell I'm not into any particular diet, but I am into like 90-10. When you're beginning, you can do like 80-20. 80% the best you can eat that it's best for you, and 20% give yourself a break and go off and have your whatever it is that you have, your croissants or whatever. That's what I have. Or 90-10, right? 90% of the time, the best food you can have. And then once in a while, you get away with some of this like bad digestive foods. Okay. So that's your foods, what to do, what not to do. And some lifestyle things that you can start to do. I already shared with you: chewing your food, drink your food. They say 33 times. I don't know, it's whatever you can until your food is liquid. Breathe, take long, slow, deep breath. Okay, learn to use the muscles, your breathing muscles. Get plenty of fiber with your good foods. Manage your stress. Okay, so here's another thing that I'm going to now dive more into the lifestyle thing. Stress affects your gut. Okay, we have nerves in the gut that send signals to the brain. Okay, now it is said that about 90% of our serotonin is made in our stomach. Okay, and these are neurotransmitters that make us feel relaxed, make us feel happy, and that 90% of it, it's in our in our stomach. Okay, now notice that when you have stress, when you have strong emotions, where do you feel these emotions? Do you feel them? Well, sometimes we might feel, right? Sometimes I tell people like, who's the pain on your back or who's the pain in your neck? um, but usually we kind of feel, we have that gut feeling, right? That emotion. And so what's happening in the mental body, what's happening in that emotional body, it's having an effect on that energetic body and that those chakras and the different channels, energy channels in the body, ultimately having an effect in our physical body. If that thought, that stress, that emotion is not processed, is not talked about, you haven't done something to process it and let it leave your body, okay, then it's going to start to affect. That's why when there's fear, we feel it in the gut. We're excited, we got butterflies, feel it in the gut. So all the stress and all these emotions are affecting your digestive health. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah. So the gut is our second brain, they say. So we've got the brain, and then we have a third brain, which is our heart. That's another class. But this gut is known as the enteric nervous system. It is embedded with neurons from the start, from the esophagus, all the way down to the colon. And the gastrointestinal tract has so many neurons that when you add them up in total, they overtake the nerves in the spine in number. We have more nerves in our stomach than our spine. Okay, so we got to check the stress, we got to check the emotions, we got to check and understand and get to know your energy body. That takes me to the third chakra, okay, which is located, some people say that it's right behind the navel. Some people say that it's above the solar plexus. I know it as above the solar plexus, this area right here. Okay, and it's connected to the element of fire. Okay, so think of that internal acne, that internal fire, which is those intestinal juices that we have right in our digestive system, also to digest the food. But with this energetic body, we're also digesting life's experiences, stress, the emotions. Okay, like what do you say when somebody, I feel like I got punched in the gut, right? Like everything just came out of you, like your whole power. They took your power almost. So that third chakra has to do with empowerment, with power, self-power. Your ability to say, I can, I'm going to do it, I'm going to see this through and finish it, is that willpower, that confidence, that self-esteem, that fire. Okay, and that energy can either be excessive, deficient. Can have too much of it, we can maybe not so much of it. We want to be somewhere in the middle. Okay, and again, that's where you start to hear about balance your chakras, understand your chakras, educate, and see where you're at. What can you start to do, right, to support with that? Well, we know on a physical level, we can do certain exercises that can support with that, and yoga is great for that. We have specific exercises for this area. Also, the different foods, all the foods for digestive support that I just talked to you about, your peppermint, your fennels, your gingers, adding ginger to your curries, so good. You know, and then understanding the emotional, energetic, emotional, mental stresses that are happening that can support that. Let's see, what else? All right, so we already did that. And I think now that takes us to learning about essential oils for digestive support. And this is where I'm going to bring in my dear friend Holly to share her wisdom. I'll pop in also and share some things. But I'm going to give you the floor, Holly. You guys, just as a recap, we talked about how awesome we are and how awesome our digestive system is, and how we commit to showing our digestive system some love by the lifestyle that we choose to have, by the foods that we choose to do, and how we manage our emotions and stress. And now, for some of you, this might be brand new information from you on how you can use the power of plants and essential oils to support this beautiful, beloved system that we have in our body. You go get it, Holly.
Thanks, Barbara. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful description of the digestive system and all the parts of our body that are involved in it. So I'm Holly, and I have healed my gut with essential oils and other um, additional supplements and dietary changes. Um, and I'll just share what my story is really quickly. I won't go too deep into it, but I was having a lot of digestive upset for the majority of my life. Um, IBS and different emotional stressors caused me to have a lot of pain during my digestive system. Um, Processing whatever I was eating. It could have been anything. So it was kind of something I was used to. I wasn't eating out with friends. I was kind of modifying my diet a little bit, and it wasn't working. I was still eating dairy and things that don't agree with me. But like Barbara said earlier, sometimes dairy is okay and everything in moderation, right? So I decided that I had a friend actually offer me the Digestive Oil. um, she said, why aren't you coming out to eat with us? What's going on? Like, I would just meet everyone out, and I realized that I was just not really wanting to have an upset stomach or be stuck in a bathroom or have to leave early because I was going to be in a discomfort. So she's like, hey, I want you to try this Digestive Oil. I just went to the doTERRA convention and I learned about it, and just put a drop under your tongue anytime your stomach hurts, or rub it on your stomach when it hurts, and see how you feel if you put a drop before and after meals. So after about a week, I was like, I can't believe this stuff is working. It's amazing. And I looked further into learning about the other products that they have. And going to Barbara's class actually was how I got started. And I invested in the lifelong vitality supplements, which I'll be talking about, and different enzymes and probiotics that doTERRA carries that are clean and tested and safe for us, and incredibly effective at healing our digestive system. So that was when it all started. The first year I was still learning how to adjust my diet. That was a little more difficult, and I highly recommend, if people are experiencing digestive upset and discomfort, try an elimination diet before you go cold turkey on certain foods. I'm just going to recommend that because it worked really well for me. And I was able to slowly eliminate the foods that we all love so much, which are that, 20% we're supposed to have, Barbara? So it's been about 2.5 years. I haven't had painful bowel movements in a really long time. I can't even tell you. And I've been through a lot with the emotional connection to the digestive system was huge. And for many years, I didn't even know that. So I know you're teaching a class this month, Barbara, on emotional support with essential oils. And I highly recommend that, because not only did I get into the Digestive line, but I started using other essential oils for emotional support too. And when they were working a little bit, the symbiosis of the oils and, working through some emotional stress, it really made it clear how connected they are. So I will get started here. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll talk a little bit about doTERRA and the company, and what an essential oil is, and why they're just so effective at managing different digestive systems. So essential oils, it's a concentrated essence of the plant. It's protector. It covers the leaves, the stems, the flowers, different parts of the plant, and it protects it while it's out in its elements. This image on the left here, I really love it. It is you can see on the leaf of the mint, right there is the saccule of the oil, magnified. So it's really cool I just love that image, something about it. It just looks kind of pretty too. But so because it's such a concentrated makeup of the essence of the plant, we can use it to work with our cells to actually give us the support that we need to heal our bodies. So a lot of times what we take passes through our cells, and it can either harm us and cause long-term damage, or it can support us and let us heal without side effects. So this image right here of the cell showing the essential oil and how it permeates the cell membrane, it's kind of like a biofilm that's around our cells to protect it when we're sick, or not feeling well and fighting something. The oil can actually permeate the cell membrane and help support all the functions of our cell organelles and heal us. And the beauty of it all is that there's no side effects. So if something doesn't work, you just stop using it and you try something else, and you're not going to be dealing with endocrine disruptors and other things that are toxic to our homeostasis. The concentration of an essential oil is really cool. I've drank peppermint tea my whole life. My mother used to give it to me for my upset stomach often, and when I tried the essential oils in a cup of tea, one drop, I couldn't believe how potent and effective it was at calming my stomach, even more so than all of the tea I've drank. I never felt that instantaneous relief. It felt like it coated my stomach, and that's what I feel a lot with these mints and the Digestive blend here. This oil, it heals the tissue. It's really a beautiful thing. But it's so concentrated. One drop of peppermint oil equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's just remarkable. And so, like I was saying earlier about, us not having different things come through our cells and cause us to have off balance or endocrine disruption or anything like that, kind of addressing just the symptom, right? So we go to the store, we get something off of the counter at Walgreens, we take it internally, and it stops our pain, but it doesn't really heal us, and sometimes it causes us to have other issues, other complications in our different body systems as we try to process something that's synthetic or something that's natural. So with the essential oils, we address the root cause. It's produced by nature. It gives the body what it needs to heal itself. So it's really so important to know the safety of essential oils, where it comes from, why doTERRA, and I will say it over and over, doTERRA is the purest essential oils out there on the market. I would not personally take any other essential oil internally, and it's because of their rigorous testing. So we want to know what we're taking into our bodies, and a lot of things that you get over the counter are toxic and have different chemical constituents that can harm us long term. So we don't see the effects of it now, right? We just see it when you get some kind of system upset, like 20 years later or something. So there's different versions. There's synthetic essential oils, and a lot of times they say on the bottle not safe for topical or internal use. And it's like, well, if this is from a plant, why can't we put it on our body? What's wrong? That's kind of strange. What makes it unsafe for that, So that's different perfumes and things that use fragrance, which is pretty much just a chemical cocktail. And if you want to learn more about synthetic fragrances and fragrance-based products, the documentary Stink is totally worth watching. Then there's food-grade oils, therapeutic essential oils, and then there's certified pure therapeutic grade, which is unique to doTERRA. And the difference between the therapeutic essential oils and the certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils is they're both safe. They're safe to use, but a lot of times the source of where it comes from isn't being managed. It's not being grown in the proper environment where it's native to where it's from. So a lot of times the soil can be contaminated. The environment isn't giving the plant all of what it needs to actually thrive and create the most pure, beneficial essence of the plant, which is the essential oil. There are 3 ways to use essential oils. Aromatic is the most popular way. Many people know about this way, and you can diffuse it, inhale it, put it in your hands. It's really great for helping assist in mood management. So a lot of times it's safe. It's safer than other synthetics like Glade plugins that you would, they smell good, but they're causing a lot of harm and endocrine disruption in our bodies, and it's throwing our hormones off. There are all sorts of other complications can arise from smelling synthetics all the time. So when we inhale an essential oil, it takes 2 seconds for the molecules to break the blood-brain barrier and reach our brain to change our mood, so that it affects the limbic system within 4 seconds. The next way that you can use an essential oil is topically, and it's my favorite way to use essential oils, actually. Every day I use an essential oil topically. I put on the bottom of my feet or the back of my neck. They're great places to absorb the essential oil and get the most benefit. When you use an essential oil, it takes 2 minutes to absorb into the skin. And a lot of times there are safety concerns with certain oils when you use them topically. You really want to make sure you don't use citrus oils and go out in the sun. They have a photosensitive property, so they can cause discoloration on your skin. And then a lot of other oils are hot oils, such as cinnamon, cassia, oregano, and a few more. And you would want to dilute that so that it doesn't burn your skin sensation-wise. But they're so powerful, and they really reach every cell so beautifully. Within 20 minutes, every cell is affected in our bodies from an essential oil. And then the third way to use an essential oil is internally. And I mentioned earlier why doTERRA is the only one that I would use, and it's because it is so tested so rigorously, and it's such a pure essential oil that there isn't harm with it into our body. So you can take it in a vegetable capsule, you can take it with water or under the tongue. The fastest way to get an essential oil to reach the cells in your body is sublingual, which is under the tongue. Not all of them taste good, and I highly recommend staying away from the hot oils for this reason. You'll be all, but it's really effective, and they're so beneficial at healing. So I don't personally take essential oils every day internally, but when I'm treating anything or just trying to kind of, again, help my upset stomach, I take a drop of the Digestive right under my tongue, and it feels like it coats every tissue lining in my body. So now we're going to get into some of the top oils that help the digestive system. And Barbara, if you have any knowledge on any of this as well and want to chime in, please feel free. Like I said, my favorite oil is Digestive. When people say, what oil can you not live without? A lot of people say frankincense, and I understand why. But for me, it's Digestive. I don't leave the house without it. It has not only come in handy for me, but so many of my friends, and it's really an effective oil for when you are out eating. You might have an upset stomach or nervousness even. It really helps with that.
Yeah, and if we look at the ingredients of Digest Zen, and the foods that I talked about earlier that are going to be good and going to be supportive for your digestive system, it's the same. And what this is a very concentrated version of the essential oils of those plants. And for Digest Zen is peppermint, ginger, caraway seed, fennel, tarragon, and anise seed. So your spices and your mints are going to be the essential oils that are going to be supportive to your digestive system. So if you start to take a look at this, lots of the spices here and the mints. Kira also shared in the chat that they use spearmint in Mexico for when you have an upset stomach. They use spearmint tea. Spearmint is another essential oil that we have also. Where do I have it? Somewhere back there. But that's
love
another one.
water. It's really calming, and that makes perfect sense to have it in a tea as well. Yeah, many of these oils help to relax the tissue, support support the bowels. But the one I really wanted to talk about here is the celery seed essential oil. This, when blended with a citrus oil, is incredibly effective at healing or assisting in the natural healing that we can do for our stomach tissue lining. I've had friends who've tried it and say that it's incredibly effective when feeling heartburn or having a lot of indigestion. I experienced my discomfort in the intestinal area, but I know a lot of people who have that heartburn and all sorts of GERD come up, and the celery seed has been incredibly effective for a lot of people who've tried that at giving our tissues the support it needs to actually feel.
I want to share something about celery seed. I guess I'm going to be outing myself now, but for the longest, I would say probably about 12 years of my life, I was, for the most part, pescatarian. Okay, that's someone who's mostly eats veggies, but I also eat fish. I was eating eggs and fish and some dairy. And then I just kind of stopped the dairy and the fish, and then I just went completely vegan for 2 years recently, about 2 years back, a year and a half ago. I went vegan for 2 years. I started having some hormonal issues, some changes in my skin, just different things. And, I started changes in my hormones mostly. And I started doing some research, and I decided to start eating for hormonal support. And that meant that I would follow this way of eating that would involve meat, animal protein. And, at first I was like, oh, I don't want to. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to go all out. One of the recipes called for liver. And one of the ingredients in it was celery seed, okay, the actual celery seed. So one day I ran out of celery seed and I have the celery seed oil. And then I used a drop of it as it was very fragrant. And I know this is kind of gross because it's liver. Barbara, how is liver going to be fragrant? Anyhow, it tasted really well, and I feel like it did the work even better than the dried version of the celery seed. And it's interesting because they probably put it there because you're eating liver and organ, and you want to use this spices, these herbs to help aid digestion of this animal protein.
I feel like it also assists in the breakdown of the meat as well, like a tenderizing factor.
Yep.
The most effective essential oil for nausea is ginger. I just wanted to highlight that for anyone who might be experiencing that at all. It's a really effective essential oil for nausea and feelings of vomiting. But not only are there essential oils that help with your digestive upset, I have, sorry, okay, had to move you guys over here, the little squares. So to go a little bit back into my story for a second, there was a lot of times where I wasn't eating out with friends, but not only that, I wasn't eating. And it was because I didn't want to experience the upset stomach. So I became very malnutrition, and I didn't realize it for a long time, and it was affecting my brain health. It was affecting my digestion. It was affecting my mood and all sorts of things like that. And so, the Digestive Oil helped make me feel more comfortable working through my dietary issues and stomach upset. But I also wanted to give my organ support and get my brain health up. And so the lifelong vitality supplement is something that I always want to touch on because it did help support my digestive system and the tissue, but it also really improved, my nervous system, my alertness, how I was learning and communicating, things like that. So the E omegas is absolutely one of my top supplements that I don't live without. It's great for all things brain health and nervous system function. The VMZ Microplex it's like a salad in a bottle. All the greens you could imagine in one little capsule with all the minerals and vitamins that you need for your day. It really helps a lot in assisting with sugar cravings. It's something that I learned when I was taking them regularly. I still take them regularly, but I don't have as many sugar cravings. So now with the Alpha CRS, it's all things for healthy cell function and metabolism. It also includes the tummy tamer blend. So when you take supplements or vitamins and your stomach gets upset, a pressed pill or something like that, it doesn't get broken down, or the acids in our stomach aren't really working with that. It's such a compressed form of supplementation. So a lot of times I would not take supplements because it would hurt my stomach. I wouldn't take something because it wouldn't break down properly. Well, this lifelong vitality supplement pack, I really enjoy it because I do intermittent fasting, which is also something my body personally agrees with. So in the mornings, I like to take the supplements on an empty stomach, which I never would have done before. But I do that because I can. It has the tummy tamer blend, thank goodness. And because I like to fast until about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So a lot of times I wouldn't be able to do that. And then I just wouldn't take them because my energy would be too high if I took my supplements in the evening. And these do give you energy. So I really make sure that I take the Alpha CRS first so that it kind of tames my tummy, and then we go into the other supplements. But a lot of this has helped heal my digestive system, or actually just give me the support I needed to heal it, and give me back some of the nutrients that I wasn't getting from food. And so a lot of times we don't get what we need from food, or our food is processed and it's altered in some way, and we have difficulty breaking it down. That's where this Terrazyme and active enzyme comes into play. And that was a game changer in giving me comfortable bowel movements. And I know a few people on here who've tried them and can agree and attest to healthy poops when you take your enzymes. So a lot of times if I'm eating raw fruit or vegetables, I don't take my enzymes with that. I like to use the natural enzymes that come from the food. But when we're eating something that's cooked or processed, we like to snack sometimes. So I always make sure to take my enzymes first, and it helps to break down the food, process things we don't need and our body doesn't accept, and rid them out through our waste. It's really an amazing supplement. And I recommend it to anyone who has discomfort with their bowel movements or any kind of dysfunction and irritability at all.
And one thing that I want to say about Terrazyme, when I was in convention last year, I was listening to an acupuncturist speak about how her number one, even though doTERRA is an essential oil company, that's how we started, supplements are the number one products of doTERRA. And they are essential oils in the supplements as well. Like you were saying, the Tummy Tamer blend. But she said for Terrazyme was her number one product that she wouldn't live without. And she recommends taking one capsule after your second bite of food. So you're starting your food, so you always have your supplement with you. And after your second bite, you're going to take a Terrazyme. Okay. So that it's kind of sandwiched in the food to help to break down the food.
That's wonderful. I always take mine like 10 minutes prior to, so it's ready to help emulsify. But sometimes when I don't and I take it with food, it has the same effect. So I like hearing that. It makes me feel a lot better for when I miss and I'm like, oh gosh, should I have taken it before I ate? So that's really interesting. I like that. The PB Assist, this is the probiotic. So it delivers 6 billion active live probiotic cultures. And what's amazing about the PB Assist is it's dual chamber capsule, and I'll show you an image of that in the next slide. But it has the essential oil and the live cultures, and it doesn't need to be refrigerated because it is encapsulated, which is really cool. I've tried many different probiotics in my life, and this has been the most effective for me. It works well with my skin. I do notice healthier skin in my GI system, and I'm having breakouts and things aren't affecting me if I do want to indulge in those sugary foods every now and then. So it's really good. This is like the overall digestive support foundation is my recommendation for anyone who has ever had digestive upset. And these are other products that doTERRA has that are just amazing at assisting our gut in comfort. So right here, actually, this is the dual chamber capsule. I don't know if you can see it there. It's like half green, half clear looking, and that's the probiotic right there. To the right, the peppermint beadlets. It's what is it, Barb? Like a quarter of a drop in a beadlet.
Yes, a quarter of a drop in a little beadlet that you just put in your mouth. You can swallow, but I like to bite into it.
Me too,
and it's just like an explosion of peppermint in your mouth. Or
totally.
On Guard, because there's two. It's either On Guard, right, for the protective one, and then this is for, peppermint.
Peppermint. And it's not only good for your digestion, but it's good for your breath too.
That's what I was going to say. It's like a super, super strong, digestive breath drop. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Below that is the Digestive roller. So when you use an essential oil in a roller, it's diluted. So you don't take that internally. You would use it topically. And I love having my Digestive oil for internal use, but I love my roller even more because I just take it on the go with me. I've used it for period cramps. I've used it for upset stomach. I've used it for muscle pain when it was the only thing I had because there's peppermint in it, and it really does just give you a little calming sensation. We just spoke about the Terrazyme, the active enzymes which help break our food down. The digest tabs are really cool. A lot of people who take Tums, it can be harmful to take Tums over and over for long periods of time to our systems, and a lot of people don't realize that until they're having, you know, things come up, symptoms come up from that. And so I really like to have this. I don't take them often personally, but I know a lot of people who do, and they agree with the digestive tabs as the Tums for occasional heartburn and upset stomach. The peppermint soft gels, I love these things. They came out at convention last year, and I don't have to take them regularly, but I really like them, and I feel like they coat our intestinal lining. Like, I can just feel the difference when I'm taking them regularly, how my digestive system is, even in comparison to all the other things I've taken, like the probiotic and the Terrazymes. The peppermint soft gels really, when I know I want to go and I'm going to indulge in something spicy or a food that I don't normally eat often, I love having the peppermint soft gels because I take them earlier, and I feel like it coats my throat. The PB Assist are the kids probiotics, and these are really cool because they're kind of like pixie sticks. So anyone who has children who could use support with their natural gut flora and immune systems, they are amazing, and they're super easy to take. Like, they could literally take it like a pixie stick. A friend of mine's husband is like, just keep getting extra PB Assist Juniors. I'll take those instead of the probiotics. So he doubles up on those because, you know, it's something that he knows he'll actually take, and it's really, I love that. But they're really great to help support our digestive system and our immune health. And then the peppermint essential oil is great for nausea. It's great for so many other things with upset stomach. It's cooling to the system. It's cooling for all things, fever, muscle aches, and all that good stuff. So these are just some of the other products that doTERRA has that are really helpful with any digestive concerns that you might be experiencing. And they've helped me a lot. So I'm happy to share that with you. And now, yeah, Barbara, did you want to go over the
Yes, we have a few minutes left so that we don't go over time, but I also just wanted to give an example of just before this class, literally like 30 minutes before. Brian's like, I think I have acid reflux. And I'm like, can I put some Zen on you? And he's like, yeah, sure, just put it in my throat and just massage here. So I did fractionated coconut oil, and I did about 3 drops of the Digest Zen, and then I just massaged his esophagus and the throat and the stomach. And then right when I was starting the class, he came in and he's like, I don't have acid reflux anymore. He went away.
oh my gosh,
So
perfect time
is as
experience.
instant. And then I have another story. I don't drink wine, but then I decided to drink this white wine at a wedding, and I got so horribly drunk that I couldn't even lay on my bed. And I just kind of like waddled my way all the way to where I have my oil, my Digest Zen, and I just literally just went like this. Wait, like I didn't dilute it. I was just like a stream of Digest Zen. And, you know, Brian can tell you that gave me just enough relief that I was like, all right, now let's dance it out. I can't go to bed. I need to just dance this alcohol out. But just, you know, showering in Digest Zen, literally, it's what I did. Showering in Digest Zen really just gave me that relief that I can, like, all right, I can do this. Let's dance it out. So, you know, like I'm same as you, Digest Zen. It's just one of those that, oh, it's just incredible every time you use it, every time you share it with people, and then they have awesome results. So you're just like, this is why I do this. This is why I'm spending my time educating people on this.
So true. And a lot of times we really need the experience too. We need to feel it, you know, and
Yeah.
that's the best part about sharing, is giving someone that experience.
Awesome. So we can go to the last slide. And for those of you who are here on the Zoom and probably current customers. If you have any questions or anything, just know that you can reach out. Either if you're my customer or anybody who invited you, just reach out to them so they can give you best support on, to get these oils. If you have any more questions or any specific ones that you know that you want to get. For those of you who are new to this and you have no idea what we're doing, especially friends over on Facebook as you're watching this, there is a way that you can get these oils in your home. And I am a doTERRA wellness advocate, so is Holly. So if doTERRA Wellness Advocate invited you to this, please make sure you reach out to them. There are many ways that you can get these oils. Okay, one way is getting them retail. We all have our own doTERRA website, and you can get from there. But who wants to pay retail price when you can pay 25% off by becoming a wholesale customer? And what that means is that you pay a $35 fee for the year, and you get all of the products in doTERRA at 25% off. So that's super, super cool. And then once you're a customer, there are other cool ways that you can even get free oils, and you can get, other cool things by being a member. And I want you to think of this as like a Costco membership. You pay a yearly thing, and then you get, all Costco things at that price, and in the same thing, but this is for essential oils plus supplements like we talked to you about, plus all of your home and body care products. Okay, so one of the things that we talk about when we speak about the liver, and I just barely touch about the liver, is reducing your toxic load. And when it comes to using the stuff that you're using on your skin, the stuff that you're using to clean your home, also has an effect on your physical body. And so we have anything from like soaps and shampoos, creams and skincare products, as well as products to clean your home. So another cool way that you can become a customer is by buying below wholesale. And the way that you do that is that doTERRA has created these really cool kits, and you can see it in the screen right now, all the different kits, all the different price points, different products that you want to begin with. So one that I would recommend is the Healthy Habits one, because it has your supplements there. It has the Terrazyme, it has the three supplements, and I can't really see the oils that are there. But when it comes to digestive health, that would be kind of one that I would recommend. And then there's other ones as well. So there is a way that you can get these in your home. Please reach out to me or whoever invited you to this class, and we'll help you out. We become like your personal wellness advocates. You guys over on Zoom, if you have any questions, please feel free to send in some questions or comments, anything like that. If you have anything specific that you've got going on with your digestive system, let us know. Otherwise, speak now or forever hold your truth. We are here to support you. Next classes, next Tuesday. Oh, let's see if I can remember. Oh, Hella Green Clean, we're calling it. So it's going to be all about green cleaning. Okay, so we're going to go over that. And then we're going to have pumpkin spice and everything nice. So we're going to go over sweets and sips and scents that are pumpkin spice, and to bring in that season of autumn and the holidays and all that. So we are going to be making pumpkin spice latte. We're going to be making a dessert, and then different fall and autumn pumpkin spice inspired diffuser blends that you can do as well. And then we're going to have Trick or Treat the last Tuesday of October, and that's going to be on emotional health. What? Trick or treat, emotional health? I thought you were going to give me candy. Nope. We're going to be talking about some of the ways that we trick our brain, some of the ways that we treat the brains, and how can we use essential oils to trick and treat the brain. All right, you guys, that's it for tonight. If you don't have any questions or comments, then I will let you go. And I think we did perfect on time. Holly, I want to say thank you for sharing your story, sharing your knowledge. Christina, thank you so much for being so active in the chat. Kira as well, thank you so much for sharing. And those of you who've been watching, thank you, thank you. You have a beautiful evening. And remember, take care of your tummy, take care of your body, your emotions, your mind, your energy, your vibe, all of it, because, why not, right? We've got this one life, this one journey that we're calling life, and we want to go through it happy and healthy and thriving, and we want to feel good. So we got to give it some love. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. But yeah, and then my name is not Jesicca Aloha, you guys. My name is Barbara Alfonzo, but I'm using my cousin's account. We normally do these classes together, but I'm using her account because with her account, we can go live on Facebook. She got that doTERRA money, so she's paying more.
Yay. Get it, girl.
And I'm recording all this and it's still on Facebook. All right. Bye, you guys. Love you, Holly.
Love you.
Bye,
Thank
Kira.
you.
Bye,
Thank
Mommy. Bye.
you.
Bye, Janet.
Bye. Love you.
Bye,
Nice to see you,
everyone. Thank
Holly.
you so much.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Janet. So good to see you here.
You too. Bye. Look
Bye.
forward to the next one. Bye.
Yay. Bye. Bye. This is like the Latino families. They never say bye. They say bye in the living room. They say bye in the door, in the porch, everywhere. See, my mom, the last one left over.
You see, I'm still here.
Bye, guys. Love
Te
you.
amo. Bye. Love you. Bye.